Welcome back to Curious Village HD for mobile. So our story...
story so far.
Exactly. The Professor and Luke continue their investigation around Saint Mystère for the Golden Apple.
Remind me, Pedro, was it only the crossover, or was it later Layton games that eventually had it that, these previous rounds were actually narrated by the characters?
This has been a thing since the very beginning of the series. As Curious...
No, asking the perspective of the narration.
Yeah. Because obviously here it's being done in the third person, but later narrations will later be told by the characters. If that's only the crossover that does it.
It was only the crossover. That's only the crossover. The main Layton games just do a narration thing. The menacing tower at the edge of Saint Mystère has roused the Professor's suspicions.
Gee, I can't imagine why anyone would be suspicious of that tower.
Eager to investigate further, Luke and Layton head in its direction. So there you go.
Come to think of it, Joe, I wonder why the Saturn games never got this style of narration if you stopped and reprised later. It would have been probably helpful.
Those games are more like visual novels. Visual novels don't typically have narration,
What
I mean is that a small recap of the events until that point.
I think what Tia means is it's weird that there's not a small recap of stuff between every let's call them chapter of each episode or what.
That is a good point. Like it would probably help for people who take breaks. Maybe
there's another piece of paper on the ground.
I think part of the reason for that is Ace Attorney plots are sort of styled a bit differently. With Layton, think of Layton like one complete ongoing investigation phase of Ace Attorney.
No shit is a scrap of paper.
Yeah. Whereas with Ace Attorney, more often than not, the characters recap stuff enough. And it makes sense, they're part of an investigation phase, so they would pretty much recap stuff overall.
The boss hasn't been himself since Lady Viola's passing. And he shows no signs of recovering.
That can only be a good sign.
Okay, so the boss is definitely the Baron.
That's why I've decided on make one as a tribute to Lady Viola. I'm sure it will put a smile back on his face.
Why was he so serious then?
Let's put a smile in that face.
Because he realized that they lived in quite the society, dude.
Because our mystery author be...
Shut up. No, stop.
I worked my fingers to the bone.
That line isn't even in the movie.
Of the boss. Looking out over Saint Mystère, I see a thriving, bustling village. With so many villagers to keep in company, maybe he can finally be happy again.
The city is his lover. The city tucks him in.
No, shut up!
We're not doing this either.
No, we're not doing that. Go ahead.
That's the end of the page. Professor,
Pick your
what's the
trash
matter?
meme and stick with it.
You look deep in thought. Believe it or not, Troy, what I was quoting is
Seriously,
actual dialogue
Luke,
from
you didn't know
a
that
movie.
was a piece of paper? Anyway, I can't confirm my suspicions at the moment, but I think it's safe to say this goes deeper than we thought.
Whoa.
You gotta go even deeper.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh me, oh my. It's not every day I see a handsome buck around these parts.
Hands down, Granny.
I'm a human being, not a buck.
It's not mating season, okay?
You look impressive, dearie. But let's see if you got brains. Try this puzzle on for size.
Okay.
Also, I thought Layton was a little walking.
I'd be happy to solve any puzzle you have, madam, but I don't believe we've met before. You are...
Your wife from the future.
You want to know my name, dearie? I'll tell you as soon as you solve this puzzle.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I can't see the name
Martha!
bars, okay?
Sorry.
Oh god, Ace is in the
Sorry,
Joker. This
sorry.
is DC heaven.
Sorry, Teo, but unlike Reference Ref, the fourth wall here is unbreakable for the most part, so... for the most part. For the most
I don't know,
part.
Pedro. There were quite a few times in those...
You scatter a deck of 52 cards
He
on one
did say for the
joker
most
face
part.
down on the table so that you don't know which card is where. Next, you start turning the cards over one by one, assuming that you can't flip the same card twice. What are the percentage odds that you will turn over all 4 aces before you turn over the joker?
This one's a simple
20.
mathematics problem.
Okay, basic logic. 52 cards means there are 8 cards corresponding to the aces and 2 regarding the jokers. So... Okay...
So what's 52 divided by 4? Wait,
Alright, then
Yeah.
I'll ask him, hey Siri, what's 52 divided by 8?
Well, out of 50,
Really,
out of 50,
What are you asking me for?
out of 53 cards, 4 are aces. Each time you flip a card, that probability of turning over an ace increases. But you really don't need to work out any of that. Think about what you can do to eliminate other variables.
Oh, okay, right. It's 4 cards because it said that you cannot flip over the same card twice. Okay. I mean, it's 4-1, I guess.
Well, here's another hint for you too. If you distill this question down to its simplest form, it's just asking you how likely it is that you'll flip over 4 aces in any order before you turn over the joker. The other 48 cards have nothing to do with the problem.
Yep.
So, okay, let's see. 4 to 5, I guess. So, 80%.
Let's see.
Okay. I'm not gonna give it for a hint. So for now, I'm just myself doing my own calculations right now, if I remember correctly. And
yeah, these are, like I mentioned in previous parts, these are the kind of puzzle that will make you feel a horrible person because you can't solve something so easily. Oh, it's the opposite, 20%. Okay.
Let's see. There you go.
Not all of them, but still.
That's right. While it may seem like you need to take other cards into account, no card in the deck except for the Joker and 4 aces plays any part in calculating the percentage. Knowing that you only have to deal with 5 cards in your calculations, the rest is easy. You have to 5 cards to flip, and you need one of these 5 cards to be the last. So your answer is 1 out of 5, or 20%, basically. Because the other, remember Teo, even if we flip one of the cards that is not the 5 we're looking for, it doesn't matter because we're just going to flip it back up again. So those 48 cards that are remaining don't really come into the calculations.
I know that, but I was instead thinking on the opposite side and thinking, oh, it's the 4 cards, so instead it's 80%, but no.
Yes, indeed, that's right.
Okay, I wasn't looking straight. I thought those cards that you would have her hand or her teeth.
Strange and look, you're just a total package, aren't you?
Jesus Christ.
I'm Martha, and I just love cards.
How do you know that name?
Especially puzzles that use cards. Oh, those are my favorites.
It's appreciated, Granny, but I prefer chess puzzles.
I don't think I've mentioned how much I also enjoy the company of handsome gentlemen.
Lady.
Layton gets a lot to look. So.
Professor, don't we have somewhere to be right now?
Yeah, Luke is like, no, we're noping the fuck out of it.
Alright.
A mental note to avoid muffins.
Notice also that Layton had nothing to say on the matter.
Well, the professor thought, well, if I don't have something nice to say to a lady, then I would say nothing.
A true gentleman has to respect stuff like that. Oh.
Alright, important scene.
I think this is a dead end.
You're an archaeologist.
No
you have
shit.
no respect.
This does appear to be the only road, doesn't it?
Just climb the wall?
I don't think that's quite that easy.
That tower does look awfully ominous, doesn't it?
I can see that!
Seeing it up close, I can understand why the villagers are so scared of this place. You think it's got Castlevania or something.
So is it going to be upside down?
This wall. There might be more to it than meets the eye, as if it was diagonal.
Sorry, what was that, Dej?
Will it turn upside
Cutscene.
down after a certain point?
Here we go.
Possibly.
What?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
And who might you be?
Howdy.
She got some big eyes.
I'd rather not say. Why not? What are you hiding?
We seek access
Rude.
to the tower. Do you think you could help us, miss?
The tower?
I'll solve a puzzle.
Yeesh.
Oh, wait!
Don't worry, Professor. I'm sure she's not important.
No, not at all.
What in the world was that about? And Professor, why didn't you run after her?
Why didn't you run after a little
Well,
girl?
yes, Layton. Go ahead and chase that little girl who's running away. By all means, Layton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna look weird at all.
Joe, please work.
You really need to think about things.
He didn't stop the entire team from cheating a bunch of kids in a costume in Last Spectre.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's the thing, then.
Yeah, here's the thing. They're in costumes, so you don't know.
That is.
Here's they could be midgets.
There's one major difference.
Here's the thing. It turns out Layton knew all along that they were kids, so no, he doesn't have that excuse.
He could have pretended.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. If I'm going to be well, Joe, but here's the thing. Technically, the one that started even chasing was Emmy. So.
All the same, Layton was also chasing too. He just didn't go the extra mile of jumping on rooftops.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, your
But anyway,
intuition hasn't
yeah.
ever been wrong. Let's see what we can find around the park's Ferris wheel.
Yeah, the thing is that the kid dropped apparently something. Oh shit!
That's right, Layton. Go straight to the park.
A park of your doom!
Well, I was trying to be subtle, but yes, that is what I meant. You've been a thorn in my side for too long. I think it's about time for you to disappear.
Reminds me of that Batman Animated Series episode almost.
all right, so how many parts do we have left, by any chance?
Around 4.
4. There's 16 parts in this playthrough.
Okay,
We're almost done.
It's like when Penguin is narrating his
Each
story
part-
and he
each-
talks
e-
about
each-
behavior of Doom.
each-
and
each-
the joke.
Each Layton story,
no.
if you're just doing the minimum in a Layton game, it will only take you like 10 hours.
And Joker is like, "Sheesh, Penguin, how corny can you get?"
And then he's like, you miscreants have no proper respect for the
Theatricality.
theatricality of it.
Okay. So yeah, let's check out that Ferris wheel park amusement thing.
But remember, the entrance was closed last time.
That
It
is,
still is.
yep, that is a good point.
This park has been closed every time we come by. Why do you suppose that is, Professor?
Shitty park and no one goes there.
Well, actually, Dwibs, that's kind of it. Actually.
I have the foggiest idea. Maybe we should ask someone at the village hall.
All right, to the village hall. Chapter 7, the abandoned park.
Abandoned
Does the park hold the way into the tower? Search the park grounds to find out.
Good luck getting in.
Not yet, game. Not yet.
I wonder why you don't just instinctively save your progress.
Well, in this HD remastered, Joe, it's not like I need to. Remember, the game auto saves every time I move from one screen to another. So.
I get that, but might as well. Oh, okay.
Can you turn off the autosaving by any
What's
chance?
that you say?
The gate to the park is locked shut.
I don't think you can. Not that it matters really.
No. That's impossible. We've employed a caretaker who should have everything up and running.
Be that as it may, the gate is locked shut. We can't gain entrance to the place. Would you please open it for us?
Not that
That sort of thing is the job of the park caretaker. I strongly advise you to go and find him.
Am I just going to be bounced around to everybody here?
Yes.
Where do you think we might find this caretaker?
Now that's a very good question.
That's a
isn't
good
it?
question.
That's a good question.
Managing the park is the caretaker's duty.
I swear.
Well,
if
I mean,
get
we
there
got
and he's
that. That's
dead,
what
we can have words
we know
with
what
you.
caretaker
But
is.
who knows who manages the caretaker?
Tio, who monitors the monitors?
I can't say. It's not one of my duties. What bureaucracy?
Luke, it's only gonna get worse when you grow up, so get used to it.
Oh, trust me, I have a good idea. Remember, my father was the mayor.
He still is, actually.
Manages. Now, unless you have some form you need to fill in, I strongly advise you to get out.
Get.
Gosh, he's rude.
He's a bureaucrat, Luke. Of course he's rude.
Bazinga.
Unpleasant as it might be, it is
I
one place.
watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, sorry, Teo, I know it's unpleasant, but it's the one place we haven't explored yet.
Perhaps we will find a clue to our mystery down there. I've only seen one manhole.
I mean, might as well.
I guess you could say our career's really going down the tubes with this one, eh,
Well,
Professor?
look at the bright side, Teo. We get to meet my favorite of the recurring side characters.
Oh, right, I forgot about him. Also, get your long votes, Luke.
Which is interesting, Luke. Off we go. It's interesting you say that, Luke, because in terms of production timeline, this was the first step we took in our careers.
It's basically Deji. Here's the thing, Deji. If it doesn't really matter much, you can just keep doing the manual saves like you did back in the NDS. You can just ignore the auto saving, and the game will just work exactly like in the original version anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway.
Excuse me, are you by any chance the park caretaker? Is it me voicing him?
Herm. Well, remember, I was the one voicing him when Pandora's Box. Nope. And in the original too. I am an explorer of El Mundo. Right now I am trying to familiarize myself with the local culture.
By staying in the sewers?
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, please pardon my mistake then. Have a pleasant day, sir.
Oh, wait for one momento, s'il vous plaît.
What nationality are you?
European.
I just saw a man in work clothes pass here. Could he be the caretaker you seek?
For I know you could be the caretaker. Could be. Which way did he go?
Probably to the right.
Probably.
Pero maybe it was the left.
I think
My name is Ferris.
they didn't put the accent.
That's the thing too. He never has voiced lines, so I don't know what.
No. That's the thing. I'll mention during the puzzle bit.
He's a bit directionally challenged for an explorer.
I just arrived here after years of world travel. Je ne sais pas the local geography here. That's all.
What language is that? French?
Yeah, je ne sais pas.
Yeah, je ne sais pas.
I see. In that case, please forgive me for making another assumption. This game's making me come off pretty badly, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know what they say when you assume.
Jumping to assumptions about me.
Well, you
Allow me.
wait.
Allow
Which
me.
way to the Villaggio?
As one of my favorite sitcoms said, when you assume, you make an ass.
Donde
of
está
you and
the
me.
train station?
That's not even Italian.
So the accent
Actually,
is there.
actually-
Spanish, I believe. So.
And that was Spanish at the end.
Spanish,
Webs.
The two
I
Italian words,
corrected
the two
it.
Italian words that he used was one more recent one, villaggio, well, means village, da, and the one that he used before, però, which means but. But
Yeah.
that one
Basically,
has an accent on
yeah.
it.
Basically, that's the running gag with this guy. He's an explorer who has the worst sense of direction in the world. Basically, that's to give you an idea. In the running gag with him is that even though he's trying to find some place, he always showing up in the unlikely places, which happens to be where we are in the games. And it culminates in the third game, Deji, where he's trying to get to Rome, and somehow he ends up in the future 10 years from now.
What?
No, it's a joke, Deji. Like, it's this thing where he's trying to get to some place, but because of his horrible sense of direction, he gets to a place and he doesn't know how he got there, and it's especially fun. It's especially funny. It's a joke, a cartoon joke. Deji, just roll with it. The point.
I know. I'm just like, what?
The point. Remind me too, isn't
Is he
that?
a Time Lord?
I guess. Remind me too, isn't the old saying that all paths lead to Rome? So the fact that he couldn't get to Rome and somehow ended up there, that makes it even extra punchier. But anyway, puzzle. Sylvan brought you this diagram to see if you can help him with it. Several circles and squares are pictured in the diagram below. How many times larger is the area of the blue square when compared to that of the red square? Yes, Theo, you wanted to say something?
No, it was about the thing that I just mentioned. When he mentions the word però, that's supposed to have an accent upon the O letter.
Okay.
And at first I was like, okay, it's probably because when they actually was typed, they probably used one of those keyboards that doesn't actually have the actual accented words. But then he uses the Spanish donde está, and that one actually has an accent upon the A. So I was like, wait, what?
It could have been this guy is a hodgepodge of
Yeah, the logic behind his dialogue too is that since he's an explorer who's been all over the world, he's picked up on various.
Oh no, that makes sense. It was just a literal typo done by the dev team probably instead on that.
It's always funny when you see it from this game to Pandora's Box to Lost Future because you keep meeting him again and again, and with every consequent reappearance of him, he is in an even more absurd place than the last time.
I'm actually surprised he didn't show up in the crossover.
I guess.
Alright.
Okay. That's right. If you rotate the middle square 45 degrees as shown in the picture above, the answer becomes apparent. The middle square has half the area of the large blue square, and the little red square has half the area of the middle square. Therefore, the little red square is 1/4 of the size of the blue square. Sorry, the blue square is 4 times the size of the red square. So basically, it's all about looking at the lines that the puzzle shows.
And then you invented the mailbox, I guess.
If that helps you, sure.
That's kind of what happened because of how they had to filter the square into the circle was the opposite during the Apollo 13 mission. That involuntarily ended up creating the classic design of a letterbox.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It all makes sense.
Sure, I guess. All right, let's. Okay, now can you help us? Joe, you can be this guy. Why not?
Fine work, the both of you. As soon as I take care of this little puzzle, I'll open that gate for you. There.
Why is he standing on water?
That's the thing, Deji. The way the game works, it works kind of like in a visual novel. You know how you're watching playing a visual.
I know. It's just like the way it's like, oh my god, he's Jesus.
The proportions are also kind of fucked up because some sprites, some character portraits are actually smaller than others. So you get, for example, like the butler near Layton, and they look so different in terms of sizes.
The sequels improved upon this, fortunately.
There we are. The park is yours to explore now.
Hooray!
Professor, we're in! We finally made it to this abandoned amusement park.
I have one tiny nitpick here.
Go ahead.
What?
The villain wanted you to go to the park. Why do we have to go on a scavenger hunt for that?
Well, as far as Layton knows, that was dropped by the girl. The girl he's not even aware that anybody wants them to go to the park.
It's like, yes, go to the park. Yes. And it's like, but before you do that, solve these few puzzles.
I can tell you this, that the villain enjoys seeing Layton struggling for something.
Yeah, basically, when we get to the third game, Deji, we're going to see exactly why that guy hates Layton, and it's hilarious. I can tell you that. Yes, Joe?
This park is really kind of sad, isn't it? It's all rusty and abandoned.
It is.
Silent Hill reference. Moving on.
Those? Deji, please.
It's just as Sylvian said. It seems that no effort. Now on to business. Let's give the grounds around the Ferris wheel a thorough once over.
You were saying something,
Also,
Jova?
I don't think there's enough fog around here for that.
Yeah, it is sunny, but you gotta realize, damn, is this guy petty to want to commit murder over that?
Let me guess. He ate his donut.
No.
Well,
Deji, that villain suffers from one of the worst ailments a man can go through, Deji. Blue balls.
Okay, the only reason why I say that, because in Pokemon, May had a rifle that absolutely hated her because she looked like a little girl in his elementary school, in kindergarten, and she ate his food.
Okay.
Even though he was looking forward to eating it. And ever since then, he's had a grudge since her.
Okay, Dad. To put it in euphemism terms, yes, I guess you could say that Layton did steal and eat his donut, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Layton cock blocked him. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the problem with him, Deji. He suffers from one of the worst ailments a man can go through. Blue balls.
Yeah, but if the fact that you have to go through all this at this point, the amount of effort that you spent, you could have found another woman. I'm sorry, but that's...
Yeah, like the amount of effort you put into this.
It looks like it's been posted here for ages. It's so faded, you can't even read the letters.
So what you're saying is the villain's a cock. Gotcha.
I assure you that even the game portrays it as a joke in the way it shows the flashback. So
Although that's the thing. After the
Look,
bird,
why are you
wait,
angry?
never mind. He comes back later anyway. After that.
Yes, I thought so. That's little Flora in the middle of the park there. She looks exactly as she does in the portrait we saw of her in Rhino Manor.
Why are you angry about this?
Because...
It would seem that Baron Reinhold built this amusement park solely for his daughter's
Yeah,
enjoyment.
Does brought up a good point, actually. This is also one of those cases where, again, unlike the sequels, which had a bigger budget and were able to properly plan things, this one doesn't have as many sprites for every situation as the sequels have. So,
Well, I don't suppose speculation will help us very much. Let's keep moving.
Imagine having your parent build you an entire amusement park that you can have in your backyard. I'm sure there are a lot of people in the future who would enjoy having their own private amusement parks.
I said no speculation.
This place is so run down, it looks like it hasn't been touched in years.
probably
I
because...
guess-
Yeah, probably, actually.
I mean, I guess one little girl is gonna get tired of that amusement park eventually.
She won't be amused anymore.
What a shame. I bet it used to be a fun place. There's even a big top, the kind you see at the circus.
Please no.
Yes, there is something quite sad about it.
More than you can imagine, Professor.
More than you can imagine. Just ask Franziska.
How strange. This is clearly a traveling carnival. So why was it left to rot here?
Oh my god, it is yet
Oh,
That's what
snap.
happened to the big top of the very big circles after Justice for All. They ended up here.
It got close.
Yes, that's what happened after Ace Attorney. Okay, remind me again, Jova. At this point in the timeline, which Ace Attorney game is going on right now?
At this point in the timeline, possibly the earlier half of Ace Attorney 3 or the latter half of Ace Attorney 2, I assume.
Okay, so basically it's exactly that. Ace Attorney. By this point, the big top people went here, and I guess they all rotted away and died. But well,
The happiest of endings.
Yeah,
kind of a dark ending, but
yeah.
Oh, just an innocuous Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel. I don't see any other ones. So,
This is not the Ferris wheel you're looking for.
Luke, why don't you look around and see if anything seems odd about it?
Isn't that dangerous?
Yes, that's why I said you go look.
Will do, Professor. Oh, even though you came with me and now you're looking. What?
I don't know how I got here either. Did you find anything out of the ordinary, Luke?
Well, I'm looking at him right now.
Did you just diss my hat again?
No, not a thing. Maybe there's no secret hidden in the Ferris wheel after all.
Luke, you weren't even looking properly.
It's interesting you say that, because remember, Luke learns about the significance of the hat at the same time that the player does, because remember, he's the proxy for the player. So, yeah, he doesn't know either at this point. So.
No, I can't put my finger on it. There's something quite odd about this Ferris wheel, even though
No, you don't think.
Weird about it earlier. It makes me wonder if we might have overlooked something important about the park. That reminds me, Luke. Let's waste time. And have you heard the wonderful puzzle about the Ferris wheel?
Really, Professor? Really?
Yes.
We're gonna go on this roundabout thinking?
I get it.
There are two.
Anyway, there are two-seater cars attached to the Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates through the exit platform every minute. The wheel began operation at 10 in the morning and shut down half an hour later. What's the maximum number of people that could have taken a ride on the wheel in that time period?
0.
So
No one was interested.
That would be my answer.
Well, Teo, we're looking for the maximum number of people that could have taken a ride to, not the minimum. Not the minimum.
Sure.
So it was saying that there's 10-seater cars. Okay, the Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates the exit platform every minute. Okay, so if it happens 30 minutes later. So what I'm going to guess is, I would say 15. That's it. What? No.
Allow me.
Is it 30? Yeah.
All right.
You were a bit off.
Well,
Just a bit.
I did it!
There you go. So, that's right. For the first 9 minutes, the Ferris wheel is moving. The cars arriving at the unloading zone are unoccupied. For the last 9 minutes of operation, needless to say, no one will be allowed to board the cars. From the time the Ferris wheel fills up at 10 minutes past the hour until the last passenger steps off at 10:30, a total of 21 sets of passengers will have taken a ride on the Ferris wheel. 21 times 2, 42. Because obviously if we're going for the maximum, we have to assume that every car had 2 people in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How about
obviously.
Cats 22?
Cats, oh god. Go ahead.
Excellent job, my boy. We should take another quick look around the area to make sure we have another clue.
Ferris wheel ride. Okay, so I guess we've searched everything we could
Oh
at
boy, I get to put a Ferris wheel in my pocket.
Yo, dog, I heard you like
Well-
Ferris wheels, so we put
well, that's
Ferris in your Ferris wheels.
Well, that's
Look, Professor, there's a strange little shed over there.
well, Layton, this is a point-and-click adventure game, and that's kind of how those games work. You put everything in your pants
Just-
somehow.
It seems this shed pumps water to the sewer pipes.
You
I
kids
feel
in
this
your
warrants a
pants.
closer look. Luke, jump into the water.
Why
Jesus.
we used our court records properly and we enjoyed it.
It's probably not very clean water.
This looks suspiciously like a lock to me. It doesn't appear that the door will open. Duh. Let's move on and explore the rest of the pub.
Oh, come on, Layton. There's no way to actually solve the lock with a puzzle or
Oh, look, we found a
something?
hint coin in the garbage can.
It's not a puzzle lock. We do get puzzle locks later on in the series, but this is not one of them.
Pedro, still to this day, my favorite location for the hint coin is the moon.
Oh yeah, definitely. The one in
Oh,
the moon
boy,
is.
it's-
Oh, another piece of paper.
Look at this, Professor. It was lying on the ground. It's part of Ansem's report.
This town is a serious. It appears to be.
Not,
I know it's a bloody scrap of notepaper.
not just that. Not just that, Layton.
Very important.
Look, read it aloud for me, will you? I'm getting sick of this shit.
Again, I gotta show you that Prosty video that basically says Layton is done.
No problem, Professor. All right, let's see.
The older she gets, the more young Miss is catching on to this village's secret.
Can't have that now, can we?
She seems lonely, which is probably why the boss asked me to build an amusement park for her.
You do know those take forever to make.
Yeah, it certainly looks like I've got my work cut out for me.
The madman actually did it.
The young miss mentioned here must be Flora. The whole park was built just for her.
Wow.
For all you know, it could be about some other girl.
Also, Layton, that's the thing, Layton. There's an even bigger problem when it comes to loitering. Like, people apparently leave scraps of paper on the fucking ground, but throw hint coins into the garbage can.
I just wasn't ready to handle the boss's death. Poor young Miss. She's all alone in the world now.
Their priorities are out of whack.
But no matter what happens, I have to keep going and take care of her in the boss's place.
Again, one does have to wonder, who the hell put the hint coin on the moon?
The pageant's here.
A rabbit, maybe?
up,
I don't
asshole.
know.
Baron Reinhold sounds like he truly loved his daughter more than anything.
And Damien and Serenity took it
Fate
there. I
can
don't
be
know.
so cruel.
Okay, so
Who's Bruce Wayne?
So anyway, let's go past Sean Connery. Yeah?
Jesus.
I don't know. I don't see the resemblance, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a beard or anything.
All right, here we
well,
go.
No,
the
to
Bond
be fair-
films didn't have a beard there.
Yeah, I see what Drew means. He does look a bit like younger Sean Connery.
So in the end, the ticket was all there was.
And it was meaningless, it seems. I just love those things. I suppose my intuition failed us.
Well,
You
first
see-
time for everything.
Is something no one will say to you. Huh? Come, let's head back to the heart of Saint Mystere and search for our next.
All right.
All right, here we go. The fudge?
What on earth?
Professor!
What the?
Get away, Luke! Run!
Holy crap!
Alright, Luke and Layton, let's see if you actually graduated the Prometheus School of running away from things.
This is another big, this is another big inspiration. This is another one of big inspiration.
That's the problem, Dej. The wheel follows them.
Yeah, this is one of the big inspirations of the Layton series, 80s anime. A lot of times in 80s anime, like if you guys seen Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky, there's a lot of big, over-the-top chase sequences like these.
I think we outsmarted it.
Well, we opened the door at least.
Notice how you also see the one of the a reoccurring thing between these two. Layton will always put himself in danger to protect Luke.
And yes,
Also,
Dej, the Ferris wheel was radio controlled.
Yes, let's just say that guy is a mechanical genius.
This is not the weirdest thing I've seen from this game.
Oh, or the series. Trust me, this is still tame compared to what the
Why
series
would the
is.
Ferris wheel?
The Ferris wheel hates us, Professor.
You didn't pay it.
No one likes stupid puzzles. Like
You didn't.
those.
You didn't pay the entrance, and now
Look,
you
your
die,
woman
little
turned up on
man.
The bloody shed, we nearly got squished to death.
Wait, hold on, but it opened the door.
The Ferris wheel must have simply. Of course, it destroyed it.
Oh, crap. If we'd made a wrong step back there, we'd be rubble too.
Luke would be something a lot worse than.
I know, but I'm trying not to scare the kids playing. Oh my.
13.
Alright, this was also the moment, the time before we had surprise when Luke like Professor was
something here,
leaping.
Professor. What could that be?
Now, what's an entrance to the soup? I could have figured out that.
Maybe this was a toilet. I don't know.
This could well be an underground passage to the tower. Got to take a look below. Hold your nose, Luke, and come on.
Might as well. I mean, we're kind of out of leads at this point.
I'm right behind you, Professor. I mean, hey, when a giant vessel tries to kill me, I say, throw all caution to the wind.
All
So
right.
join us in the next part, where we either die of sensory over because of the stink in the sewers, or me dying of a heart attack from the bloody thing that chased us.
Okay. Let's guess which one happens. See you then.
Yeah.